Whew, brisk day today, guys. The temperatures aren't bad today, but man, that wind is really blowing. We're at like 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. So I'm hoping this trail will have a lot of tree coverage. We'll find out. I've never been to this trail before, and we are starting the Cheese Country Trail. Now, this is a completely open trail for horses, ATVs, dirt bikes, bicycles, hikers. Yeah, we could run into a lot of stuff out here. But it is also the middle of the week, so I don't think I'll run into too much stuff. Right off the bat, you will notice a change in the video format, and that this is a completely interactive 360 video. So you can operate the view. If you want to keep your view looking down the trail, you can do that. If you want to turn the camera angle and look at me, you can do that. If you want to look down at the trail and try to find animal prints, absolutely, you can do that too. I tell you, I have been trying to figure out how to do this 360 thing for a couple of weeks. I have been doing different renderings and stuff through my Vegas Movie Suite Platinum 17. I have been doing that probably a couple hundred times. Just different settings and stuff like that, trying to get this 360 thing to work properly. And I think I finally figured it out. So, I want to come out here and see what we can do here. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about is if I have to jump, because there's a pause in the film, you know, I'm trying to think of the words to say. Wow, that wind is strong today. You know, if I'm trying to figure out the words to say and just can't come to the conclusion, I might be sitting there thinking about it for a while. So all of a sudden the video might jump a little bit. So the tree that you're seeing in front of me, or that electrical pole that I'm coming up to, might all of a sudden jump and it'll be right next to me or even behind me. So I hope you don't freak out too much over that little bit of a change. I also don't know if, you know, by changing the way I'm holding the camera is going to change how the video will jump. You know, if I rotate the camera in my hand, is it going to change the perspective of what you were seeing? I just don't know, guys. You know, I'm going to rotate the camera and we're going to find out, okay? So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, rotate. All right, guys, now I've got a different rotation on the camera. I just did that to see if the view is going to change, or if it's going to default to a predetermined spot, or if it's going to stay, you know, in the same focus area you had it before. I just don't know. But anyway, let's get back to the trail. In that we are in Monroe, Wisconsin, the cheese capital of the world. And in fact, this trail, we are going to go through basically the dairy farms and stuff that feed all the different cheese manufacturers within the town, within the city, within the area, okay? There are cheese production companies out in the country and everything around here. So we are going to figure out what this trail has. The trail is 47 miles long. No, we are not doing the whole thing today. But we are going to go to the small town of Browntown. Whew, that wind. I might have to get my gloves on. It's decently warm. It's in the mid 40s, but that 15-20 mile wind is just making it really cold. Anyway, we are going to the small town of Browntown. It's like 7.3, 7.5 miles away, something like that. I'm in no hurry. We can take our time with this hike. And we're just going to see what this trail has to offer. I mean, you can tell right now, this is a wide trail. You know, you got to get ATVs to be able to pass each other going both ways. So it's a wide cut trail. And this is an old railroad system. In fact, right through the trees there, you can see some old rail lines. All right, guys, I extended the selfie stick, so hopefully you can see the railroad tracks down there. That's kind of what's on the right side of me right now, are those old tracks. This ought to be fun. Like I said, I've never been on this trail before. I don't think I've actually ever been on a full multi-use trail like this either. Usually it's primarily hikers and bicyclists, maybe snowmobiles in the wintertime, and maybe horses. But I think this is the first time I've actually been on what people would consider an ATV trail. All right, looks like we got our first bridge coming up here. All right, looks like we've got a concrete platform. Wooden ties, but these are metal railings here. That's a nice view down there. Nice little stream creek. I'll have to figure out how to put text in these videos, but I'll let you guys know what the name of that creek is. So the blue jay go over there. I saw a cardinal over there. Let's take a look at the other side. Oh yeah. That's a nice view. All right, let's keep going down the trail. We've only covered maybe a half mile, a quarter mile. We haven't gone very far. Looks like we've got a limestone cut coming up here too. All right, here we are going through the limestone cut. Pretty nice. I like going through this stuff. It's really interesting to see. But I mean, you can see the dangers of it too. There's a tree growing here. It's breaking apart. And there's dirt coming down from way up there. So if you're wondering how I'm getting this floating camera sensation, that it looks like you guys are a couple of feet away from me, that's the programming of the Insta360. If you rotate your camera around and look down towards the ground and see my shadow, you can see the post. That's my selfie stick. Camera's up here at the end. So the programming of the Insta360 actually takes the selfie stick out. So that's why it looks like you're just kind of floating in front of me. But that's also why that hand that's holding the selfie stick isn't moving. Got a nice little subdivision out here. That's kind of nice. Okay, here we are coming up on our first road crossing. And I'm not seeing the name of the road written on the sign here, like they do for the Ice Age Trail. I did see one vehicle go by when I was down the trail a bit. So I don't think this is a very busy road. So I have been thinking about doing this 360 thing from now on, including my motorcycle rides and my no talking rides that I'm thinking about doing every weekend. Just basically put the 360 camera up on my motorcycle, and I'll figure out how to do the audio from my helmet using the wireless Rode system. And I think I should be able to figure that out. It shouldn't be too hard. But that would be nice, because that way I'm not carrying multiple cameras to shoot video. I just need to worry about the 360. I don't have to worry about the action cam on my helmet. The problem with these type of cameras, even the action cam, is that you cannot focus in on anything. You know, if I wanted to say, wow, look at those red barns over there, I can't stop and try to zoom in through the trees and everything to give you a better look at those buildings. I could do that on my larger professional Sony FDR AS35, I think it is. You know, that's a great camera. I love it, but it is big and heavy and bulky. And I used that for many, many years. But I really wanted to get my camera gear lightened up a bit and to be kind of universal. And I think this is going to be the best way to go. You know, so my next couple of riding videos might be a little different. The sound quality might be weird because I'll be running the system a little differently. You know, I'll be doing the Rode Go microphone wireless system and trying to transmit it to this camera. So I don't know how the settings are going to work. So, you know, be patient with me on the next couple of rides as I try to get the sound quality decent. You know, I have that 3/4 face helmet. So right there, I'm going to get a decent amount of wind noise. But, you know, I might have to play with the preset gains for this microphone system. Make sure that that I'm not peaking out and everything goes the whole time, you know what I mean? But let me know what you guys think of this 360 experience. You know, that you got a little creek down there. I don't know how well you're going to see it through the trees, but you guys can kind of look over there and say, oh, look at that nice little creek over there. Or I might be able to say, oh, there goes a deer. You can pause the video, wind it back a few seconds, turn the camera that direction, and you'll be able to view that deer. You know, so I think it's going to be a good change for the channel to go with this 360 concept. Like I said, I just don't know how the editing is going to do from angle changes and, you know, advancements down the trail. Another little sandstone, limestone cut. Probably got a few mice living in the crevices and stuff like that in there. I am digging this pasture and hill area over here, though. That's kind of nice. Well, again, guys, I don't know if you're going to see it, but there's white boxes over there to my right. And those look like beehives. So don't be surprised if you're walking through here and all of a sudden you start seeing a number of bees buzzing by you, but when it comes to bees, you just leave them alone. Don't sit there and freak out and start swatting your hand around or anything like that, because that's just going to piss them off. 15 mile an hour on the bridge. I don't think I can go that fast, guys. You know, tops I might be able to do 8 for a short while. I don't think I can do 15. I'm joking, guys. Come on. So yeah, we got our second bridge here. And I'm not seeing any water down below, so I'm wondering if this is just for field runoff. It's kind of what it looks like down there. Oh, I don't recall seeing that on the first bridge, but this one is numbered, number 46. I just don't recall seeing that on the first bridge we went over. Again, concrete deck, wooden side rail posts, but then the metal rails themselves. Yeah, that's just drainage for the field over there. These are the first water puddles I've actually seen. I've seen a lot of divots in the trail, but this is the first time I've seen water in them. So probably during the spring thaw and after rainstorms and stuff, you are probably going to see water on this trail. And in fact, right up there, I can see some snow still on the trail. Wow, this is some pretty thick snow still here. Fairly rigid. I can tell that it's a warm day because the top is kind of soft and slushy. But it's not really super wet. It's been compacted down enough to where it's, whoa! Wow, wasn't expecting that. That'll make for an interesting portion of the video. All right, let's get off that little ridge. We'll walk more towards the bottom of it. I was going to say that this is built up and crushed down enough to where a lot of the water is running off onto the ground. So tell me, what have you guys been doing lately? Getting your hiking and camping gear together? Getting ready to go out on any trips this year? Looking forward to hitting up a trail or two? Or getting the motorcycle ready, getting your oil changed and getting it all washed up and everything? Getting it ready for another great riding season? I am very interested to know what you guys are doing. So leave a comment down below and let me know. You know, is there a trail nearby you that you're going to go investigate and see what it's got? Or maybe it's your favorite trail and you just like going out there and walking it. Maybe that's your pride and joy. I think the wind is actually starting to subside just a wee little bit. I mean, granted, I'm kind of in a shallow cut and got a good number of trees around me, but I've actually been getting warm enough to where I took my gloves off. Wow, look at this. Got a log going across the trail. Well, that just shows that no one's been out here for a while. I mean, I have no idea when it fell down. It could have been yesterday. Just up. Kind of lost my balance when I started to go over it. I can see the stump where it broke off of, though. Huh. I don't see any signs of anyone pulling up to it and then turning around and going back, so it had to have been recent when that thing fell. I've also gotten to another spot that's kind of wet and mushy. It's a fairly deep limestone cut. But yeah, every time I step, my foot just kind of sinks into the ground. You guys seeing that? Just, yeah. Just the first couple inches are thawed. Below that, it's still frozen. So the water doesn't go into the ground the way it's supposed to. It has to more run off. Kind of like going through this though. Look at all that green moss on there. That's nice. Can't really see it on the other side too well because there's so much shadow there. Get back over here to the side. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this video, this new 360 content, because right now that's the way I feel I want to go with the channel. In my plane that I've been doing, trying to figure out how to upload 360 content. As far as the editing process goes, I think it's going to make it a lot easier. Because, I mean, with my hikes, I only had the one camera anyway. So the only thing that's really going to change is that you're going to be able to see a full 360. Or before, what I was doing was using the Insta360 Studio. I was rendering the same video clips a couple of times, but with different angles. One looking back at me, one looking down the trail, maybe one looking off to the side or something like that. So now I don't have to do that. You guys can say, oh wow, look at those vines up there going up into the trees. Now you guys can turn the image and look at that yourself. I don't have to edit it in. Or maybe you're not even interested in looking at that. Maybe you're more interested in looking at what's over on this side, or looking ahead of what's down the trail. That's what I'm going to love about this Insta360 experience now, is that it is drastically going to reduce my editing time. So yeah, I don't have to sync up audio or anything like that. It's just going to make it so much easier. My only fear right now on these hikes is for when, you know, maybe I change hands, you know, and you got to move the camera with that, or if I used it during a cut. You know, if I'm at this angle here and then I cut and then I come back over to being at this viewpoint, you know, how's it going to throw off the feeling of the 360? Hopefully not too much. I'm hoping that when you're viewing it, the position in which you're viewing it stays the same. I hope. Oh, lots of birds are in here. Oh, that was a red-winged blackbird I just heard. I love that little twill of theirs. Yeah, I'm coming up on a roadway here, and just down through this little area, just a lot of birds. There is a little bit of a runoff creek down here. Coming up on another road. Oh, this one actually's got the road name on it. East Steiner Road. Okay, so at least we know this road name. Wow, look at this. We went from mud gravel to pavement. Radar enforced. Really? They have radars up and down this trail? We'll see about that. Speed limit 10 miles an hour. Which is actually slowed down because, I wonder if it's just because of a couple of houses and stuff that are around here. But I saw another speed limit sign that had it at 30 miles an hour. But that was out in the middle of the country. There was nothing around. Well, not long after we crossed that road and got on that blacktop, here we are at the end of it, back onto the dirt and gravel. And I'm seeing another speed limit sign that's again saying 30 mile an hour. So I wonder if they were supposed to just slow down for the road or what. I don't know. I mean, they might have just slowed it down for those houses back there. And now that they're past the houses, they're allowed to speed back up. Go down this hill here, down to the roadway. Now, this road that we're going to cross has actually been off to our left for quite a while, but it's usually been a ways away. It got close, probably within a couple hundred feet for a little while, but then we kind of got separated a bit, and now we're going to cross the road. And there's no name on the sign here, but this looks like it's all been repaved and everything, so maybe they're still going to come out and put the road name placard on the signs here. They just haven't done it yet. One of the other things I've been hoping you've noticed is that the sound audio is maybe a little different. Normally what I've done in the past is I put the microphone right up here on my t-shirt, and this time I moved it. So hopefully my heavy breathing isn't too much of an issue for you guys. Oh, I got a bunch of robins up here. Cool. Oh, and some ducks down there. Robins are a sign of spring around here, guys. So I'm seeing robins. That's great. But anyway, I took the microphone off of my collar here and I clipped it just to my shirt under my jacket down here. So I suppose right now the biggest thing that I'm worried about is that maybe you're hearing my heartbeat or something like that. I also turned down the gain on the receiver, so it's not really amplifying the sound right now either. So I may have to play with that a little bit in the editing, but again, that's part of this whole new 360 setup that I want to do. Man, there are a lot of birds around here. I'm seeing them flying from tree to tree. I'm hearing them over there. There's a little bit of a creek that's running over there. I'm hearing a lot of birds in just those few trees over there. I'm seeing a bunch of them over here. Nice. This is a nice little area. So yeah, I'm hoping that it's picking up my voice well enough, and I hope that you're not getting heavy breathing sounds like I had been doing in my previous videos. Look at all the fallen rock down here. All that stuff up there that's all pretty loose. I can pretty much see where these big chunks had fallen from. Right up there, right behind those little trees. Oh, that's a nice little area. I enjoyed that. Got some more big hills coming up this way. Wow, this area has gotten quite hilly. But I'm on an old rail line, so I don't go up and down hills. So if you needed to stop for some water, you could probably go down that steep hill and get down there and get a drink if you needed to. This has been kind of cool, guys. The side of the hill is way over there, and they lifted the platform for the railroad line, what, 40 feet, 50 feet up? And that's pretty far down there. So it's kind of been interesting having the hill there. It drops down into a fairly deep valley. And then on the other side, you still see that creek over there. Now there is a small wire fence down there, so I'm sure that turns into private property. This has been nice. A little chilly and windy, and actually it wouldn't be that chilly if the wind would subside. But short of that, it's been a great day. Got to hear a lot of birds recently, so that's been nice. Going through these cuts is nice. Going across the open hills is nice. All right, here we are at another road, East Ulam. Again, looks like a lightly used country road. What is this over here? It's a bunch of concrete blocks here. This kind of looks like it would be a parking area if you wanted to use it. Oh, look at that. Someone built a rest area. I didn't know that. Got some wood carved fish. Huh. There's a house right behind it. I wonder if they're partially responsible for this. I wonder if that's their private land. The Bill Cowell Rest Area. It says memorial too, so he must have passed away. Huh. Interesting. Well, thank you for the rest area. I don't really need it right now, but that's nice to know. That's the first thing I've seen that had benches or anything. I've seen none of them on the trail. Oh man, I missed it. I was just talking about that rest area right there. And I was sitting there walking along. I turned off the camera, walked maybe another 30, 40 feet. All of a sudden I heard a large crack. Looked over to that snowy area right over there. And I saw a deer run down the field over there. So I got to see a white-tailed deer. I'm sorry you guys didn't get a chance to see it though. By the time the camera turned itself back on and started recording, it was already long gone. Huh. Over to my left over here is a green post. It's got a wood barrier around the side of it. There's wood by the trees there. Like it's holding up the earth right here for some reason. But any sign that used to be on there is long gone. I don't know what it would have been for. That's interesting. Now the thing is, I have no idea if hunting is allowed on this trail. I mean, we're far and away and gone from a gun hunting deer season. So I don't need to be wearing blaze orange. But I don't know if people are allowed to come out here and hunt. Some state trails allow it and some don't. Well, the wind has definitely been dying down. I think right about now it's more around the 10, maybe a gust up to 15 every once in a while, instead of the 15 mile an hour with gusts up to 20. So yeah, I think it is getting a little less windy now, but it's also getting cloudier. And the sun has been hidden from time to time. Every so often it peeks out, but not too much anymore. And because of that, it feels like it's getting cold. So I might be putting my gloves back on here in a bit. I texted Jen to say, hey, come get me. But I don't know if she's gotten the message yet. I've gotten no reply. I am just kind of slowly meandering. I'm not going too fast. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really don't want to get to Browntown and have to wait around for an hour, hour and a half for her to wake up and then come get me. So yeah, we'll have to see. I want to say hi to a multitude of friends out there just worldwide. I've got friends in Sweden and Norway that have contacted me. Over in the UK, I've had someone from Italy contact me. A couple of people from Asia. I'm not sure where. I'm not that fluent in any Asian languages, but I've gotten a few people, I think, from Taiwan and Japan. I've gotten a couple of friends over in Australia that have been watching my channel. I appreciate that. I got a ton of friends up in Canada. So all my Canadian VRA brothers up there, I want to say hi to y'all. And I want to say too that I've missed you guys. I haven't been able to make it to any of the rallies, so I haven't been catching up to you. So Bob and Rosalind and all those other people, I just want to say I do miss you guys. I think about you all the time. But I want to give you a shout out and say hi. And I met a new guy just this past week. He's up in Sheboygan. I can't remember his name. I want to say Steve, but I'm not sure. I am not really good with names, but we did a little chat back and forth for a while, and I'm hoping that maybe sometime we can get together and ride. Sounds like he was going to go a dark side on his Harley, and I think he was even going to go with the same size tire that I have on my Vulcan 1600 on Angel. He says he did the research and sounds like his bike takes the same size tire. So I hope you like it, man. And I do hope that we can get together and ride sometime. Oh. Finally, some more bridges. Bridge number 45. Same old, same old. Hard concrete top. Wooden structure beams on the sides and the metal rails. Stefan over in Sweden. I hope you're getting out and riding, man. I know that you're getting the same type of weather that we get here in Wisconsin. So I hope your weather is starting to warm up and the snow is clearing off the roads for you. And I hope you have fun riding with your son. Oh, that sun's peeking back out. See, now it feels a little bit warmer because the sun's out. Before, when it was cloudy, it was just starting to feel cold. My fingers were actually feeling cold. Now it feels real nice. So I've been walking by this big lake here. Again, I don't know what the name of the lake is right now. I'll try to look it up and put it in the video here. But I'm looking down there through all the brush and stuff. And I'm seeing what looks to be a path. So I don't know if there's some sort of a wildlife preserve or a park or something like that, to where it looks like there's a trail going through here. Or maybe it's just a maintenance trail, so workers can come in and work on the bridges up here or something. I don't know. I just don't know, guys. Oh, look at that. We got a set of steps here going down to that little path I was telling you guys about. So yeah, this must be a little bit of a park. I'm seeing what looks to be a swimming beach across the lake over there. I don't know if that's a campground over there, if it's privately owned, or if it's just a swimming beach open to the public. I don't know, guys. Again, I'll look it up in the video and I'll try to put it in. I'm not sure exactly how texting is going to show up on these videos with the 360 thing. You know, you might have to have the viewing angle in the right spot in order to actually see the text. You know, I don't think it's going to show up as a flat surface. That's one of the bad things about a 360 video, is that you cannot do both. You can't have both immersive 360 and flat video all in the same video. It has to be all one or the other, either flat or 360. Okay, so the good news is I got a reply from Jen. She's up and moving, so she's on her way. I will have to sit at the trailhead. I think there's a trailhead up here. I don't know. But I'll have to wait for her for a little while, but that's no worries. I can do that. But I'd also looked up, while I was on my phone, I looked up the name of that lake back there, and that was Beckman Lake. And there is a state park over there called Cadiz or something like that. And it is a state recreational area. So yeah, that was a hiking trail that we saw. So you can walk around the lake, and that is a public swimming area. So maybe at some point, maybe we can bring the kids over here or something like that. Not that my kids are all that young, you know, they're in their 20s. So, but let me give you a little bit of a rundown of the trail. And that is, it is springtime. We're still going through our winter thaw. So only the first couple of inches of the ground have defrosted. So the top layers are really mushy. But I have seen like this little dark spot here on the trail. I've seen a lot of that, and that holds puddles of water. Today, most of it has been dry. I think I only saw one area where there were a lot of puddles and a lot of streaming water on the trail, but that was it. And that was all by that snow-covered area. That was the most snow I've seen on the trail. Everything else has just been like little patches or something like that. So yeah, for me today, the trail was a little wet, but during the dry summer and stuff like that, this will be well compacted. Saw a deer today, that was nice. Seen and heard a lot of birds, seen robins, that was nice. So that to me is the trigger of spring. And then it's all blue jays and cardinals. Heard a couple of eagle cries. I don't know if they're eagles or hawks or whatever. Seeing a lot of animal prints in the ground, deer prints, coon prints. Seen some coyote scat or poop. So yeah, it's been kind of nice. This is a little boggy area that I'm going through now, but most of everything I've seen has been farmland or cut-throughs, going through the hilly areas, going through sandstone and stuff. I like going through those. All right, guys, I think the end of my trail is just up here. And I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my video. If you're new to the channel, this is what I do. Okay, this is my concept on a channel, in that I'm not here to sell you stuff. I'm not here to make deals with companies to review products and give them publicity over their merchandise. No, I'm not here to do that. I am simply here to encourage you to get out and have your adventure. Enjoy your hike. Enjoy your food. Enjoy that motorcycle ride. Take your journey. Take a little risk. Dare yourself to do something. You know, you don't have to go out and say, oh, Mark did this. Well, you don't have to do what I do. I did 7.5 miles today, or a little less. I'm not here to brag about that. I just do it because that's what I'm capable of. I'm here to sit there and go, wow, those rock cuts are really nice. Seeing that deer and telling you guys about it, that was cool. I like that. All those bird sounds. That is what I'm here for. To give you that little bit of knowledge, that little inspiration. Maybe you can have that same experience when you go out for your hike. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell you about gear. You know, I'm not going to come out here and walk with this little backpack on and then go home and make 2 more videos or 3 more videos about the backpack. You know, the 5 things I love about this backpack and the 5 things I hate about the backpack, and, you know, yeah, just stuff like that. I'm not here to do that. I'm out here to say I am dressed as a normal person, wearing normal shoes, blue jeans, t-shirt, hoodie. I got a kid's school backpack on. I can't even tell you what the brand is of the backpack. But I'm out here enjoying a nice hike. And that's what you guys can do too. Doesn't matter the distance you go. The only time it ever matters to anybody is when they're telling you you're doing it wrong and they're not doing it at all. That's the only time it seems to matter to anybody. I'm here to tell you, you can go out for your journey. You can go out for your hike, even if it's down to the street corner. If that's all you can muster, if that's all you can do, do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I do want to thank you for coming here, enjoying this day with me, and always believe you can go out for your adventure. Bye, guys.